Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Faisal Nuzula Ramadan and we're from Syndicate 6 are going to explain the scenario planning of PT PLN. Before we start our presentation, I would like to introduce our group members. The one in my right is Amalia Natasha Salsadila and the one in my left is Primaderi Ikmi, all of which are from Young Professional Program 66C.
What is scenario planning? Scenario planning is the practice of creating varying course of action for a business to implement based a potential event and situation, known as scenarios. Scenarios planning is identify a specific set as uncertain different reality of what might happen in the future of business. Scenario planning might not have such a dire consequence in the organization, but it not done we risk opening the door to increase cost, increase risk, and miss opportunity. Scenario planning has three types. There are adaptive, transformative, strategic, reframing. Adaptive, learn about and make feature explicit in order organisasi to base, adapt, and thrive in those features. Adaptive scenario planning use story about possible future to study what could happen. Transformative, learn about and make feature explicit in order for organisasi to transform the situation to influence what could happen in the future. Transformative scenario planning assumes that studying the future is insufficient, and so it also use story about possible future to influence what could happen. Strategy, the framing, learn about make feature explicit order to reframe and reperceive. There are strategies of scenario planning. First, orientation. Background research to determine the key focal issue. Identify organisasi deeply held belief deadline to negative change. And most critical strategic question to answer during the scenario planning process. Second, exploratory. Identification of the driving force and critical uncertain influence the key focal issue. Image leadership in the deep force that have the potential to dramatically change the trajectory of your industry. Scenario and narrative creation. Selection of critical uncertain to frame the scenario matrix and then create narrative for each scenario to the learning what we already done into multiple stories about the future of industry might look like. Fourth, option consideration. Discussion of implication to corresponding option for scenario. Research strategy under various scenario to understand potential risk and opportunity, and align on the strategy response. Fifth, integration. Development of early warning signal and scenario as a part of management process.
PT PLN core business is the supply of electricity, especially in transmission and distribution. Obtaining the task of electrifying all over the nation, PLN has the obligation to increase installed capacity for power supply and the development of electricity infrastructure, such as transmission networks, substation, and distribution networks. As power company, PLN controls, owns, and operates approximately 70% generation capacity in Indonesia. PLN also the sole buyer of electricity produced by the IPP, including the electricity from renewable energy. In total, PLN controls over 63,000 megawatt of generation capacity by the end of 2020. As the only company that supplies electricity throughout Indonesia, PLN uses a lot of resources to be used as fuel for power plants, such as coal, geothermal, hydro, natural gas, oil, sun, wind, and others. Here are the statistical data that shows the percentage of material consumption used by PT PLN. It can be seen that during the last 5 years from 2016 until 2020, coal was the most widely used material. Coal consumption in Indonesia continues to increase every year. Based on the existing news, it can be seen that the consumption of coal in Indonesia is very high. For example, in 2022, PT PLN needs 115 million to 125 million tons to power plants in Indonesia. It is even estimated that by 2030, coal consumption in Indonesia will grow until 38%. It can be seen that PT PLN is very dependent on coal. As a result, coal entrepreneurs are prevented from exporting while the domestic demand for coal is very high. In addition, when a new PLTU has already been constructed, PT PLN will continue to use coal for the next 10 years. If the government does not provide subsidies to PT PLN, the company can still use other resources to cut expenses and compete on price. Based on the issue that we already mentioned before, we can deduce that the key focal issue that we propose is how coal supply dependency are going to affect PT PLN continuous growth in the next 10 years. There are 3 driving forces that we use. First is organization, which is likely to occur in the company's internal side. We use management integrity, employee career development, operational efficiency, research and development, business development, operational area limitation, and company culture. Second is industry, which is likely to occur in the same industry. We use customers' future preference, natural resource availability, competitor existence, renewable energy development, and international trade. And last is contextual, which is possibility that occurs from factors outside from the company. We use government regulation and policy, foreign intervention, and economic situation. From the previously described driving forces, our group has already done calculation to determine critical uncertainties. From the result of the discussion, our group determined that the most critical uncertainties were customers' future preference and government's regulation and policy.
As mentioned by Tasha earlier, the critical uncertainties selected from our group results are customer future preference and government regulations and policy. The high resolution of customers' future preference is modern mindset, while the low resolution is conservative mindset. The high resolution of government regulation and policy are tight regulation, while the low resolution is loose regulation. And as mentioned from the slide behind me, if the customer is experiencing a modern mindset with a tight regulation, it could render an unvast society, while the customer experiencing a conservative mindset with a tight regulation could render a slow progress society. With that being said, it could reverse to the opposite. If the customer is experiencing a modern mindset and a loose regulation, it could create a confusion in the society, while the conservative mindset and the loose regulation will create a chaos in the society. These mentioned results are the basis of our classification regarding the SCENA framework, which will be explained further in the slides. So the next slide is the result of the SCENA framework generated according to our group. In an advanced society class, the possible scenario generated are those three mentioned in the slide next to me. Number one, the society's compliance to government regulation. Number two, the eminent desire upon renewable energy utilization. And number three is the industrial development. According to our groups, the scenario could only happen if customer encompass a modern mindset society with a tight regulation provided by the government. In the slow progress category, the possible scenario generated are number one, a recessive community with a view of demodernized society. Number two is economic declining potential. So this scenario is corresponded with the society unwillingness to modernize the material selection, which can cause an economic effect throughout the nation itself. And lastly, an innovation deficient upon renewable energy development along with this technology. The next category is with the modern mindset comes with the loose regulation is confusion in the society. With a possible scenario generated are high market competition, considerable amount of investment, and confusion on natural resource availability due to its unregulated utilization. With the monopoly of PT PLN today, it could potentially create a brand new competitor, therefore increasing the available market shares, which will be explained further on the next slide. The last category is society chaos with a possible scenario of environmental damage and product scarcity and unsustainable society. The environmental damage explained in the slide are bolstered with an obsessive utilization of coal as core materials for the electricity production, which could cause further damage to the living environment. After we concluded the scenario framework, the next step is to occur the possible option consideration. In advanced society, the implication generated are customers' unwillingness to old product utilization, immediate modern raw material utilization, and competition sprout through potential competitor existence. These three implications could occur due to the possibility of scenario framework explained before. With the implication also comes available options to the consideration itself. For this category, the options generated are continuous application on modern products, continuous application on innovative raw materials, and market share preservation. That's on the advanced society. In a slow progress society, the implications generated are public demonstration. The implications generate poor company financial performance and insufficient renewable energy development. Public demonstration could only occur because of the recessive community scenario section and could be resolved by staging a public hearing to listen to the public opinion toward the coal utilization of PT PLN. The poor financial performance and insufficient renewable energy development could happen because of the potential of economic decline from the possible scenario mentioned before. This implication could be resolved by providing a substantial amount of funding for natural resource and research development purposes. In the confusion category, which is in a modern mindset society and loose regulation, comes an implication of decreasing market shares percentage due to the competitors' existence and natural resource scarcity. Both of these factors could be resolved by maintaining companies' good performance to increase public trust and continuous improvement on product development itself. These implications and options are also generated from the possible scenarios mentioned before. In a society chaos category, also comes an implication of bad company image and increasing public doubts to buy the end product. This implication could be resolved by conducting an innovative, sustainable program and enhancement of the public relation through end product availability assurance. So, the last part of our presentation is an integration, or mainly known as an early warning signs generated from the possible scenarios. In an advanced society, the possible scenarios could pose a sign of lack of public insubordination, public shifting mindset towards environmental friendly lifestyle, and a substantial amount of funding towards research and development of the companies in the industry itself. In a slow progress category, the warning signs generated based on the possible scenario results are emergence of public issues on social media platforms, industry's poor quarterly performance, and an absence of supportive technology to bolster the innovation of development. In a confusion strategy, the warning signs generated are competitors' existence with a significant amount of market shares, foreign and domestic investment activity, natural resource scarcity due to the environmental exploitation. While in the chaos category, the warning signs generated are deforestation, public panic, various operational mistreatment, and accident which damaging the environment itself. I think that's all from our group presentation regarding the scenario planning of PT PLN. Lastly, I want to express my gratitude to my fellow group syndicate, Miss Amalia Natasha and Mr. Primadiri Ikmi, and also I would like to give thanks to Mr. Meditya Wasesa for all the knowledge that has given by him throughout the strategic decision making course itself throughout this semester. I think that's all. So, thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.